Alright, this J30 in the Civic is a part for the supercharger installation. And while I'm in here, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do to get some more fuel in this thing. So the stock Honda Accord injectors are these guys here. There we go. These guys here, which I think are 270 cc per minute. And those will support, I don't know, 250 wheel horsepower on this application probably. So 6 of those. Something I've seen a lot about is decapping injectors. So one of the most common injectors that people decap is this GM LS truck. There's the part number on it. Truck injector, which this thing's maybe about the same size as the Accord injectors to start. But if you grind off this little cap here, you can get a lot more flow out of them. So they go from like a 260 or 70 cc injector to like 800 or something crazy like that. And that'll feed whatever fire I've got going on under the hood here with this M90 supercharger. So the question I had was, will this even fit in this application? The O-ring sizes look like they'll fit. The length seems pretty close. Both O-rings are like 14 millimeter OD, and on the Accord they're the same. They're about 14 millimeter OD. So I'll hold these next to each other, maybe. And you can see, you can't see anything because my thumb's in the way. There we go. Alright, you'll just have to take my word for this because I measured these. I'm going to try to line up the back O-ring. Anyways, let's just set them like this. Okay, there's with the back O-ring lined up. So the LS injectors, the truck injectors, are like something like 5 millimeters shorter, O-ring to O-ring. But the ODs are correct, so that's a good start, right? Even the groove for the clip where it connects to the fuel rail is in the right spot. So I got 3 of these mocked up in here, and I don't know if you can see, maybe you'll be able to see. The way that I think I'm going to make these fit is if I can bring the fuel rail down, that'll push the injectors further down in, and then it'll compensate for that shorter injector. So the holes, there you can, if you can see that bolt hole there, maybe you can, there we go. So that hole there, I think I can just elongate that a few millimeters, and that'll push the injector down further into the engine. And these things should bolt right up basically. So let's see if I can pull this out. You can see these tabs here have a round hole, but I think if you slotted that hole, you could move the whole thing down, and you can see the tabs are on like the same axis as the injectors. So a slot in the hole just moves the injectors closer to the engine. So I think that'll work just fine. I still need to set up my my DIY flow tester to make sure when I decap these LS injectors that the flow rates of the 8 that I have, I'm going to pick the 6 that are most closely matched, and if I can't get a set out of that, I'll buy another set of 8. I think I paid 20 bucks for these injectors at the junkyard with the pigtails. Of course, these pigtails that are on the Honda harness won't plug into the LS injectors, but that's pretty easy to overcome. It does look like you could, let's see if I got one of these where I can pull the top off of this. Not this one. Which one was that? This one. Maybe I can pull the top off of it. It looks to me like you could actually decap these Honda injectors too if you wanted to. they're a little bit more of an unknown entity. I don't know what flow rate you get when you're done doing that. So that could be an option. You can see this little cap here is like laser welded or something on there, just like the ones on the LS. You can see it's got that little cap on it. It's laser welded on there. So that might be an interesting thing to try as well. So we'll see how this all turns out.